Welcome everybody to the Knowledge Series. We're going to be doing several articles and blogs and videos on these 9 activities within Archibus. We believe that Archibus is a single platform that can actually take any disaster from beginning to end, from identification all the way through reoccupation of a site or a building. And with that, I have with us the Workplace Maven Alliance, which consists of Infinaris, Online FM, Robotech, CAD Solutions, IMS Consulting, RSC, and all 5 of us are certified Archibus business partners. This infographic shows us the 9 modules or activities within Archibus that we believe can provide probably the only solution in the world that can take a disaster from beginning to end, starting with 1 all the way through 9. One of the things that's really on everyone's mind now is how do we redesign our space? And in the strategic space planning module within Archibus, you can do what are called trial layers or scenario planning. So let's say that you want to have a strict floor plate where the 6-foot physical distancing is in place. That may require you to modify your modular furniture, do tenant improvements to the floor, and the strategic space planning module through the trial layers allow you in AutoCAD to restack your floor while keeping your inventory in place. Inventory is what I mean by the existing floor plate. And then when you come up with the multiple plans, you can choose the best one, and then there is a simple switch that allows you to take the plan you chose and make it inventory, and then you can move it on down the road into making moves and bringing people back into this new redesigned space.
It also lets you forecast space for growth. Certain departments may be increasing, and you may know that and want to forecast that growth and do some. Archibus has some tools to allow you to graphically do stacking, but not only might you forecast increased growth, but based on what we've been discussing so far, people working at home and maybe continuing to work at home, it will also allow you to forecast decreased headcount in your areas, which would allow you to then graphically block and redesign your space, drag departments from one floor into another and consolidate space, which may help you determine leases that you can not renew, consolidate satellite offices into your headquarters building.
Having the strategic space planning application is actually a great bonus. However, your real data, really important part of your data is actually in your space management applications, in the occupancy and the allocations and the chargeback. So if you do have good drawings and good database and space, you have actually mastered already 80% of the requirements for going back to work, even without the strategic space planning. Social distancing, for example, you can just go to your drawings and create circles around areas or around desks to keep at least 6 feet away from each other, mark bad seats, good seats, get away with all the agile spaces if you have any. We have a few clients that went heavily into agile spaces. Now, in this COVID-19 time zone, they're getting away with that. They're not doing it anymore. But each person will have a seat with a name because we don't want different people to sit on one seat. So getting back to work is really the hottest subject right now, at least in this area, New York, New Jersey, and almost every Archibus user is working these days on analyzing space, marking drawings, creating reports, go back to do restacking with the business managers, and wait for day one when all restrictions are released and people are getting back to work.
As your organization looks to plan out future space usage based on new requirements for distancing, the strategic space planning application allows an organization to identify those space requirements by either number of people or by square footage or by types of rooms, and can then run scenarios based on those space requirements to help you identify over the next 2, 3, 5 years, based on your space requirements and your hiring plans, is your real estate portfolio going to be able to support your organization? Or do you need to add space? Can you reduce space and save costs? With more people working from home, does that provide an opportunity for you to reduce your portfolio? The strategic space planning scenarios help identify how you're going to support your space requirements over the next 3 to 5 years.
That's a great point, Dan. Something also to consider is organizations sometimes have mixed use spaces that oftentimes gets overlooked. But say you've got a warehouse space that also has room in it that you could put temporary workstations in, and the warehouse is only used 2 months out of the year. So what can you do with the space in the other 10 months? Perhaps you can use it, start building out space in their temporary space, and during the 2 months where the warehouse is needed, those employees can work from home or do work sharing in different spaces. But can you start leveraging different types of space within your organization you haven't leveraged before? Strategic space planning can help you plan for that and look at the scenarios.
James and Dan, you raised an excellent point. I hear a lot from customers about the fact that even when we get back to work, it will probably not get back to normal, or what we used to call normal. The new normal is probably going to be very different workspace and workplace and real estate portfolio, with all the people that will probably remain working at home. I don't know how many square footages will be cut from corporate real estate, and that may even have a trickle effect on commercial real estate. So it is a really good point to start thinking about this now and continuously. And this application is excellent for that.
Thanks for being a part of this and allowing us to be a part of your day-to-day.